Lieutenant Kendrick ordered the code red, didn't he? Because that's what you told Lieutenant Kendrick to do.
Object!
And when it went bad, you cut these guys loose!
Your Honor!
You had markets inside a money transfer!
Your Honor!
You doctored the logbook!
Damn it, Captain!
You coerced the doctor!
Consider yourself in contempt!
Colonel Jessup, did you order the code red?
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of the greatest game ever made. Of course I am talking about Diablo Immortal. The CEO of Blizzard, Mike Ybarra, has to tell you one thing. You can't handle the truth. When I read this article, mind blown, and yours is going to be too. We're jumping right into it. We are on IGN. Blizzard CEO defends Diablo Immortal's controversial microtransactions. Of course, go figure. Since its release in June, Diablo Immortal has been the subject of criticism over its prevalent microtransactions, which players say can cost thousands of dollars without ever seeing legendary gems that they want from loot boxes. Yes, Quinn, 15 grand he spent live on stream and got one. However, Blizzard CEO Mike Ybarra is still in favor of the game's monetization system. I wonder why. In a new interview with the Los Angeles Times, Ybarra stood by the game's microtransactions, which he claimed were implemented to make the game more accessible. We'll talk about that in a second. When we think about monetization at a very highest level, it was, how do we give a free Diablo experience to hundreds of millions of people where they can literally do 99.5% of everything in the game, Ybarra told the LA Times. Hard stop right there. Now, when they talk about to make the game more accessible, what does that mean? What does spending money have to do with accessibility? It's not like you can't do this unless you spend money, or to access the next 5 levels, you know, you're gonna have to spend money. No, that's not what they're talking about. When you talk about accessible, this is how they spin it, okay? You've got the professional player that is playing every single day and they get way ahead of their friends. So how do they catch up to their friends, to the person that works a 9 to 5 and then comes home? Well, to catch up from a power perspective, we're gonna make it accessible for them to play with everybody by spending a little bit of money. We're going to give access to all the content, even if you can't put in the hours playing the game, through spending money. On top of that, 99% of everything in the game, I got to level 60, I got to Paragon level 8, and I spent 0. Was I able to take part in everything in the game? Of course. Of course. Let's continue. It gets better. We'll touch on that in a second. He also defended the way the microtransactions are implemented, as they are largely only come into play when the game's later stages. The monetization comes at the end game, Ybarra continued. The philosophy was always to lead with great gameplay and make sure that hundreds of millions of people can go through the whole campaign without any cost. From that standpoint, I feel really good about it as an introduction to Diablo. Blizzard also said that most players aren't spending money in the game. Oh, I wish they would release those statistics, but they won't. Though they wouldn't specify on the statistics. Recently, however, Diablo Immortal's microtransactions netted 24 million in the first 2 weeks, and I will add on the sentence that it netted 49 million in the first month. Okay. Oh, so much to unpack here. The monetization comes at the end game. Now, me, like likely many of you, I did play this game, and I made it through the campaign in 3 days. And that wasn't even like playing hardcore, right? It's one of those games where, especially if you're doing like auto run, if you're skipping the side quests, if you are only playing the main campaign, I bet you I could have got through it in a full day of playing, okay? So saying that, oh, you know, everybody can play the campaign without spending money, the campaign isn't that long, which means, yeah, you're giving them a Diablo experience, which is like, feels like you're playing D3 with all the same bosses and all the same assets, but you're getting through the campaign so fast that we need to get you to the part where we need you to spend money. terribly dishonest. Oh, that drives me nuts. 95% of everything. Okay, now we're going back up. You literally do 95% of or 99.5% of everything without spending any money in the game. That's true, but you're gonna suck. You can go play PvP over and over again without spending money, and you're going to die over and over and over again. And you're not gonna perform, and you're not gonna get in the right guild, and you're not gonna make it into the war party. You're gonna suck. So sure, you can do it, and you're gonna have a terrible Diablo experience. Oh, I don't know why. You know, if you truly believe it, stick to your guns, double down, and that's what this is. But I mean, there's just so much evidence to the contrary that, I don't know, feels bad. I'd rather just admit, hey, we were a little too aggressive. We're gonna reel it in, and all future patches and seasons are gonna be less until it is at a good part. Sorry that we were too aggressive at the beginning. Perfect! I wish they would say that. This is garbage. Now you might be wondering, Aaron, but the revenue's going down, the downloads are going down. How are they gonna bring people back? I got the answer for you. Today launched season 2 of Diablo Immortal. Did you know that? I bet you didn't. And you're probably wondering, where does all your hard-earned money go? I will show you. We are now logged into Diablo Immortal. I gotta say, it didn't feel good logging into this game. Felt a little dirty. Might have to take a shower after. Now, what do they give you for season 2? And I just noticed when you hit escape, the first things you see are battle pass, top left, and then the first kind of box you can click on is the shop. I don't know, I know that's always been there, but it just popped in my head that literally it doesn't matter if you look left or right, the first thing your eyes go to is give me money. Now, if you go to the shop and you go to featured content, what you will see up here is Empowered Battle Pass Season 2. So let's see all the goodies that Blizzard wants to offer you and take more of your money. So you've got the Empowered Battle Pass, which will cost you $5. But if you want to be a collector, if you really love this game, you need the Collector's Empowered Battle Pass. And that gets you the Bloodsworn Portal. Oh, wow, you need that. You also get the Avatar Frame. You get 14 ranks immediately. You get this weapon. This is what it looks like for my Necro, the Bloodsworn weapon. And lastly, you get the Bloodsworn armor. Look at that. Pretty cool. Needs to have a little more blood on it, actually, from what I think. Season 2. I actually logged into the game earlier before recording because I don't know why, in my head when I was like, oh, season 2 dropped, I wanted to see, and I should know this, I wanted to see if I had to make a new character, which I didn't. You could still do all you don't have to actually make a new character, just like you would see cycles or seasons from other games. Just a new battle pass because they need that money. That is the video. I want to know your opinion. Do you think Blizzard doubling down on the MTX is a surprise, or are you, Aaron? That is perfect. We all expected it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I have 2 asks for you today. We are approaching 20,000 subscribers. That is our goal for 2022. We are 1,000 away. Channel's been on fire. If you think I deserve it, I'm hoping today is the day you make the decision to push that little red button. I would really appreciate it. It really does help the channel in 2022, but again, only if I deserve it. Ask number 2, check out my Patreon. Thank you to the first 42 people that have signed up. All the likes, shares, comments, subs, I need all that, but if you want to take it one step further, first link in the description to become an instant ARPG VIP and get Patreon exclusive content like an official title in the Discord, access to our VIP lounge, our weekly blog post, and our weekly podcast. That's all I've got. Hopefully you're entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.